Well, hi, this is Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma Demystified and the QI Macros. In the last few videos, we've talked about rapport, about breathing, about physiology. We've talked about pacing and leading. And I also mentioned in the last video about Jim, who was just talked really fast. Right? So we know there are people who are more visual, and visuals, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and if we're going to talk about this picture, we have to talk 1,000 words a minute. Right? So visuals are going to talk pretty fast. Auditories are going to be more melodic, and they're going to use, you know, where visuals use words about see this, see it, can you see what I'm saying? It's really brilliant. It's obvious, you know, you can just see the thing, right? So they're going to use visual words, and auditories are going to say, well, I can hear what you're saying. And they're going to be a lot more melodic about how they talk, and it's going to be a more moderate way of discussion. And then kinesthetics have to feel things, and they might look down and to their right and go, well, I'm warming up to that idea. And they're going to talk a little slower. They're going to be a little more John Wayne in their discussion. So they're going to be more kinesthetic about how they talk, and they're going to be a little slower. Now, if you want to build rapport with someone, like I did with Jim, he was talking really fast, so I had to get up and talk really fast with him to get him to shut up and sit down so that I could slow the pace down for the class, right? But on the other hand, if you have somebody that's more auditory, we might need to slow ourselves down if we're more visual. Or if we're more kinesthetic, we might have to speed ourselves up a little bit. And again, any team you're working with is going to have visuals. You know, that the innovators can see the future. They can imagine the picture of what it's all going to look like, and they've got moving pictures in their brain, and they know what's going on. You know, the people who implement this stuff, right, the realists, they're going to be able to, they may be more auditory, they may be more kinesthetic, I don't know. And critics can be any one of these three things. But what you want to learn to do is speak their language. So if they're talking really fast and they're using lots of visual words, you need to talk really fast and use lots of visual words. If they're talking more melodically and using, well, I can hear what you're saying, that rings a bell, things of that nature, then guess what? You better ring their bell, right? And if somebody's more kinesthetic, well, I can see you're a little cold to this idea. What can I do to help you warm up to it? Get a grasp on the idea. What? Kinesthetic words, right? So that's a way to start to build rapport. And as a change agent, a leader of quality improvement, you have to work with all of these people, right? And so one of the skills they don't teach you in Six Sigma class, or even the facilitation class I spent 5 days in, is even basic stuff like this, which will transform your ability to work with people in your organization. So I'm Jay Arthur. That's my improvement insight for this week. Learn how to speak visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. And I think you'll find that you'll be much more successful in the world.